Hey guys, this is Bill Siemantel here at the ICAST 2010 in Vegas. Last year we had the sneak peek of the BBZ-1 Baby Swimbait by SPRO, but we finally got it in stock. It's over at the warehouse right now as we speak. This is basically a downsized version of the 4-inch BBZ-1 I came out with 2 years ago. The biggest thing on this is we dropped it down to 2.5 inches in size. It weighs approximately a 1/4 ounce, right at 6 grams, and I paired it up with the number 8 Gamakatsu round bend hook. I built this especially for me back in Southern California in the days when those big fish were coming up in September, October, November for the baby no-seams. Those little teeny bait fish that were crashing on the surface, going after nothing but an eyeball and tail. The crazy thing is, I've had it for about a year. As everybody knows, it's been pretty tough fishing out here in Southern California. And there's 3 basic techniques I've been fishing this with now, and one of them is going to be kind of off the wall, but it's actually a pretty awesome technique. I built this bait on a Lamiglass Drop Shot 2 Special, a Shimano 2500 Stratic with 6-pound test fluorocarbon. With fluorocarbon and 6-pound test, if you throw this out and leave the bell open and let it drop on a slack line, it'll drop approximately 1 foot per second. In this model, I'm only going to come out with the sinking version. I'm not going to have a float or a slow sink because it's too light and it's going to be too hard to fish with. The biggest thing on this, I'm finding a lot of the fish in 15, 20, 30 foot of water, and I'm basically stroking this off the bottom. Now, it's not going to be as hard a stroke as doing like a big 1-ton jig. You got to stroke it proportionally to the bait you're throwing. I'm doing small little hops off the bottom, about a foot, letting it drop back down the bottom, dead sticking it, and letting it sit there. Surprisingly, I'm catching some incredible sized fish, bass to 5 to 8 pounds on this, some good stripers, also picking up a lot of crappie, bluegill, and trout also. The second technique I'm doing, once you pop it on the bottom a few times, it's basically the old style like Castmaster. You want to pop your rod tip, put your rod tip down, you want to bring this bait in at a medium to fast retrieve. This bait will excel at the faster speeds. The third technique, and this is what everybody's going to be talking about out here on the West Coast, and it's going to go all across the country, Lake Lanier, Florida, Maine, you name it, is V-waking. Now, you can pair this up with 415 Power Pro, put a top shot of about a 7-foot leader with 5 or 6 pound test, maximum line, tying it off directly to the bait. I'm not using any type of swivel. And when you see those fish coming up for the no-seams, the little tinny bait fish, I'm talking big stripers to bass, crop, you name it, you want to throw past the boils, you want to V-wake it. The faster you reel this, just make sure you bring your rod tip down a little bit to keep it in the water column to V-wake across the surface. And when you get to the boil, you can either stop it, the bait will drop horizontally through the bait fish, or you just keep bringing it and they'll never make it through. The biggest thing is make sure you back off the drag when you catch these really big fish. Like I said, I've caught them up to 8 pounds already on the prototype. For more information on the BBZ-1 Baby, make sure you take a look at TackleTour.com. They're going to give a full product review. We make sure we get some of these baits in their hands, and I tell you, this is going to be the next product for this year. Stay tuned for next year. I got some stuff in the works. You're going to be very surprised. We'll see you later. Hey, this is Bill Siemantel, and you're watching TackleTour Video.